And I saw the caliber of people that I'll be speaking with. I was like, we have a professor, we have a doctor, we have a maker. What do they want a gang leader, a barrack boy, and a bar boy to come say? Well, I just come and tell you guys stories. Do you like stories? Do you like stories? See, please, let's do this. You're going to do this for me. Don't be too serious. So. Please. The moment you're too serious, I'll not be able to flow. You can be serious with professors, but not with people like me. Don't be too serious. Emma, I really want to appreciate Emmanuel Young and his team. Please, can we celebrate them? Can we celebrate them? You guys are doing a fantastic job here. And also celebrate yourself. Please celebrate yourself. Say, you don't know what you're doing. I didn't think it was a political rally, or where they invite people to come and get palliative. They'll be here by 7. They'll be fighting. They'll come with their villagers, their family and friends, because they want to share palliative or they want to share money. We have too many normal people doing the same normal thing every day. And they're going to go to bed doing normal stuff, wake up doing normal stuff, do business the normal way. They don't blow people's mind. Am I correct? Now, don't forget that every great invention started as a bad idea. Write that down. Every great invention started as a bad idea. So I want to believe the person that said he's going to manufacture this microphone, maybe he has discussed it with his friends or loved ones. They'll say, man, are you okay? Because it is not normal. Am I correct? So if you want to make a difference as an entrepreneur, you must be a very abnormal entrepreneur. You must not think the way others think, because in this 21st century, you don't need to impress your customers. We get to see a whole lot of people impressing their customers every day. If you want to be different, you need to wow your customers. There's a difference between impressing your customers and doing what? Wow your customers. You know what they call wow? Wow, oh boy. You know? Then you want to impress your customer. Wow. It's nice, I like it. So we need to move from impressing our customers to what? Wowing our customers. If you're with me, celebrate yourself, please. Are you ready with my clips? I'm going to need you to assist me. Grab another mic. We're going to do it the church way. You know the church way, you read the Bible portion. You read the Bible portion and the pastor will now explain the Bible portion. Are we on the same page? Now before, I'm going to tell you a story. I love storytelling, because the beauty about storytelling is that people don't forget the moral lesson from that story. I wish mathematics, chemistry, and other science-related courses, we could translate them into storytelling. Then people won't be afraid of mathematics. I mean, Mr. Z went to Mr. Y house. While he was there, Dash followed him. You know, stuff like that. It would have been okay. Some of you, I know some of you must have heard this story before. But for the interest of those that have not heard it before, please allow me to repeat this story. And I tell this story everywhere I go to, because that story changed my life. That story changed the life of a whole lot of people that listen to that story. So I want you to also listen to this story. Do we all have drunkards in our neighborhood? We have drunkards in our community, right? There are people who just to say this one, they know they miss ceremony. Please allow me to mix pidgin English and Ibom. I'm not a prof, please. I'm not a normal street boy, you know? Now, in every community, we have a drunkard. We know they must be there in every event. Now, the beauty about this drunkard is that we ignore them, because we think nothing good can come out from them. Am I correct? They are being ignored. So what happened? A drunkard went to a soothsayer's house, Ibom, an herbalist's house, and knocked. And the herbalist came out and saw the drunkard. Yes. Can I help you? The drunkard told the herbalist, the soothsayer, I want to know what my future holds. I want to know what's up with my future. I want to know if my future is bright or my future is dark. And the herbalist was so surprised. He now looked at the drunkard and laughed. But of course, he had nothing to lose. So he brought out 2 calabash. Say 2 calabash. one white calabash and one black calabash. And he told the drunkard, I'm gonna do one or two incantations. You know how they do their things, herbalists, and a millipede will appear. Now, if this millipede crawls into the white calabash, it simply means your future is bright. And if this millipede crawls into the black calabash, it simply means you are doomed. Can I proceed? Yeah, the herbalist said, sure, you can proceed. And suddenly, the millipede started crawling towards the white calabash. And the drunkard was happy. He was smiling. Say suddenly. Say suddenly. Please, let's move the flow now. Say suddenly. There was a U-turn. Say U-turn. The millipede did what? Made a U-turn and start crawling towards the black calabash. At the point of entry, the drunkard stood up, moved to where the millipede was, grabbed the millipede, and took it to the white calabash and did what? And dumped it there. And the herbalist, stay with me, and the herbalist got very upset. How dare you try that in my shrine? You don't dare do that. You know what the man replied him? I cannot sit, cross my legs and my hands, and watch my future cross into a black calabash without me doing nothing about it. Now, listen to me. Two things happened there. There was an instruction and there was also a decision. Who gave the instruction? The herbalist did what? Gave the instruction. You guys don't know how important instruction is. Every day in our exams, once you grab your exams paper, what's the first thing you see up there? Instructions. Answer number 1, 2, and any 3. Am I okay? Are we on the same page? Instructions. So the instructions you obey will decide your success or your failure. Okay? So if you say answer 3, you answer 2, say you go fail. So the instruction was don't touch, sit and watch. And the man did what? Took a decision. The most popular book on earth, which you and I use, the Bible. The Bible from the beginning to the end is a book of instructions. Am I correct? And we grew up in an African environment with lots of instructions. Don't do this, don't do that, this. So the instructions you obey will determine your future. As an entrepreneur, the instructions you obey will determine if you're going to come out a good, successful entrepreneur or not. Decisions. The guy decided. The guy did what? The guy decided, I'm not going to sit and watch my future. I'm not going to sit and watch my business go wrong. I'm not going to sit and watch people spoil my business. I'm not going to sit. Decision. So now the instruction as an entrepreneur, the instruction you obey and the decisions you take will have a way of affecting your business either positively or negatively. Okay? Okay? Now, one of the biggest mistakes we average entrepreneurs, most especially from an African environment like ours, is that we don't have what? Mentorship. We don't have a mentor. We don't have what? A mentor. When Emma and Akwa came to invite me for this event, I told them the story of the prodigal son. Can I repeat that story? That's story number 2 I'm going to tell you guys now. You see, for years now, the story of the prodigal son, we've heard it probably from one side. We've never really had time to hear it from another angle. And I did a research about the prodigal son. And I now realized there was nothing wrong with that decision. There was nothing wrong that he approached the father and said, can I get what rightfully belongs to me? He didn't steal it. Is it written that he stole it? He asked. So many young entrepreneurs, we don't ask. We don't what? We don't ask. He asked, and the father gave him. When you ask, you're going to do what? You're going to receive. If you ask for loan, you're going to get it. If you ask for grant, you're going to get it. Whatever you ask for, you're going to get it. Not all the time, so don't quote me. Okay? There are so many no's before some yes. And he left the father's house. And I love this translation, and he spent the money riotously. And he got to a point of self-realization. He was at the crossroad. He said, and I'll arise and go back to my father. Now, what the prodigal son lacked was mentorship. I didn't mean the prodigal son had a mentor. He wouldn't have lavished or waste that money. Am I correct? So many of you are struggling in business today because you don't have a mentor. So many of you are struggling in business today because you refuse to look for a mentor. In some cases, you'll be lucky for your mentor to come to you. But in most cases, you need to do what? You need to go look for your mentor. So the role of mentorship in promoting youth entrepreneurship is very, very important. Are we good? Let's look at the 7 rules. 7 reasons you need a mentor for entrepreneurial success. 1. Emma, I can help me. 1.
Gain experience not shared in books. Experience is a very expensive asset, yet it's crucial to business success. There's only so much about the person's experience you can gain from books, revealing everything about themselves in books.
We all know how important it is for us to read books. It's very important you look for someone because you need to gain experience not shared in books. Your everyday interaction with that person. For the mere fact that you hang around that person all the time, if that person is successful, they say guilty by association. There's also success by association. Without you knowing it, you start behaving like that person. You start thinking like that person. Can I surprise you? So many of my staff, when they started working with me, they didn't keep beards. They didn't keep beards. But unknowingly, they started growing beards. Why? Because they were always around me. When you have a mentor and you are always around your mentor, and your mentor is successful, there is a whole lot of the percentage, the possibility that you're going to be successful is always higher than the percentage that you're going to fail. Okay? So please look for a mentor. Yeah, some people can say, yeah, I've been reading all his books, I've been following him on Twitter, I like this page, I do this, I do that. Yeah, those ones are very, very okay. But if you can find a mentor around you, because a mentor that is financially stable is a guarantee that you'll be financially stable too. Okay? Number 2, please.
Important to success. In a 2013 executive coaching survey, 80% of CEOs said they received some form of mentorship. In another research by Sage, 93% of startups admit that mentorship is instrumental to success.
It might interest you to know that 2 Ibom men gave birth to all the supermarkets you're seeing today in New York. 2 what? Ibom men. Because they were successful. Okay? And the research has shown that 80% of the CEOs said they received some form of mentorship. I have a problem with an average Akwa person because they don't know how to serve. An Ibom man will serve somebody for 11 years. Am I correct? Will be a boy, they call it a boy, for 11 years. Because they want to succeed. Because whatever that man knows, that man is going to impact it. That man is going to give it to them stress-free. So I didn't carry out this research. 80% is a good number. And 93% of startups admit that mentorship. They admit that the only reason why I'm successful is because of a mentor in my life. So you can't tell me you're a business person and you want to be successful and you don't have a mentor in your life. Number 3, please.
Research that a quality mentorship has a powerful positive effect on young entrepreneurs. Having someone who practically guides you and shares your worries with you, often placating your fears, with their years of experience keeps you reassured that you'll be successful.
You're having challenges, and your closest friend is a civil servant, and you go to the civil servant for advice. Are you going to get anything meaningful? Huh? How can you be struggling in your importation business? It's going to affect you. When you have a mentor, it's going to do what? Give you reassurance. What do I mean by reassurance? Oh, well, no worry. When I start, now so you be there. No. You're even lucky. This is your second year selling pure water. I say, yes, my second year, I couldn't even boast of a car. You have a car now. My second year, I was carrying it on my head to sell. But you even have keke that you move it around. What is that called? Reassurance. After such a meeting, won't you feel good? Won't you feel good? But if you go to your civil servant friend, we never do business, so, oh boy, shame me, I've been telling you, say this pure water business don't go work. I've been telling you, now everywhere they sell it, I mean, no say no go work. You know they like here waiting person, they talk. Is that guy helping you? Or you go to your mom, or your dad, you can apply, now we don't get civil service, it's going to affect you. But the mentor will do what? Will reassure you. You're doing well. You're doing well. Don't be too hard on yourself. You get there slow and steady. Number 5. 5, please. 5. Is that 5?
A mentor will help you develop stronger EQ. Does maturity bring about a higher EQ in entrepreneurs? Underreported, but entrepreneurs without mentors bear the brunt the most.
How many of you are always depressed if you've not made a sale for a week? Can I see your hands up? You're depressed. For those of you that are in the service industry, I've seen one comedian here. How do you feel when 2 months, no customer, you're not doing any events, you feel depressed, right? How do you feel when you're sitting in your shop and your neighbor, probably you guys are selling the same stuff, they're making sales, and you're not making sales? Are you going to feel bad? Yes, you're going to feel bad. And when you feel bad for 2 days, the 10th day you'll be depressed. I know that laughter is reassurance. That laughter is a big, and so I'm serious and you're laughing now. You say, man, when I started, there was a period I stayed for 6 months without making 1 sales. But here am I today. I'm the biggest in the industry. Mentors, we need encouragement. Why some of us are not making it is because we don't have people that will encourage us. Because we have a whole lot of people we run to. This pity party. You have another person that is doing your kind of business and that person is not making money. You now tell the person, oh, you're on even better. Say, since yesterday now you know sell. Me for 3 days now I never sell. Is that an encouragement? So please avoid such people. Look for mentors because they're going to encourage you. Last. A mentor will help you stay in business longer. Okay.
A mentor will help you stay in business longer. When you imagine the number of businesses that failed, you'd wish a lot of business owners had mentors not survive the first 24 months. And 50% of those may not make it past 5 years. However, 70% of mentored businesses survive longer than 5 years.
Let me use an Ibom man as an example. An Ibom man will always assist his boy to get goods. Am I correct? He will always connect his boy to that person that gave him goods on credit. So that business will not fail. I use the Ibom man as a model. The reason is simple. In an African environment like us, if my dad was a mechanic, bicycle mechanic, he wants me to go and read engineering or medicine. But let me give you a short narrative about the Igbo man. 1, Emeka is a mechanic, bicycle mechanic. Sends the child to school, the child will graduate and will not leave that family business. That child will now learn how to do what? How to sell bicycles. 2nd generation. Okay? The 1st generation was bicycle repairer. 2nd generation, that guy will learn how to sell bicycle. And the 2nd generation guy will send his child to school to read law, medicine, or whatever. When that child comes back, that child is not going to stop that family business. That child is going to do what? That is what mentorship can do. Family mentorship can do. So if you have people that are your mentors, I don't mean mentors that are not there for you. If you have good mentors, they'll just have a way of pushing you. They have a way of telling you, no, don't go this way, go this way. They even have tricks they can show to you where you can have access to bank loans. But we have a big challenge here. Some of us here, we don't want mentors. Some of us that want people to mentor us, we think mentorship is about carrying our family problem, our personal problem to go and disturb that person. So I have house rent issue, I have school fees issue. No, mentorship is not begging. Some of you think, he has been my mentor for 2 months, 2 years now, I don't want to do business with him again. I don't want him to be my mentor because I've not grown. He's making so much money. He doesn't owe you his money. Get that right. He doesn't owe you his money. What he owes you is mentorship. And I'll end with a story. A few years ago, I was working in a company. The company we built Shelter Africa. It was a estate development company. We built Shelter Africa. And after that contract, my boss called all the management staff and told us, since there's no longer a job, he's gonna slash our salary by 50%. So we should go think about it and give him a report the next day. And everybody said, okay, so I'll go think about it. And when it was my turn, I said, sir, there's nothing to think about. I accept the offer. I said, are you okay? My friend, go and think about it. I'm going to slash your salary of 50%. I said, yes, I'm okay. I accept it. I accepted it because I saw him as a mentor. Because for me, whatever I was getting from him was bigger than the money he was paying me. I was ready to go through that stress, that salary slash, because of information, because of hanging out around him and hanging around him. And I kid you not, few years later, I am proud to say that 80% of whatever I'm using to succeed in my businesses is because I was with that man. I didn't leave when others left. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your evening.